Hey there, and welcome. So, if you keep an eye on financial news, you've definitely heard about the KSE 100 Index. It's that one number that pops up all the time when people talk about Pakistan's economy. But what does it really mean when you hear it's gone up or down? Well, let's break it down.
And that's the big question, isn't it? The news anchor says the KSE-100 is up 500 points. What are they actually telling us? What is the story behind that number? We are about to find out.
All right, let's start with the absolute basics. The easiest way to think about the KSE 100 is like a barometer for the stock market. It's designed to give you a quick, really powerful snapshot of the overall financial climate.
So, officially, the KSE 100 is the most recognized index of the Pakistan Stock Exchange, or the PSX. It's basically a club made up of the largest companies, and it covers all the different market sectors. And the way they're ranked is based on something called market capitalization.
So, to boil it all down, first, it's the main benchmark for Pakistan's stock market. Second, it's a mix of the biggest companies from all kinds of industries. We're talking banking, energy, textiles, tech, you name it. And third, it uses a very specific method called free float market capitalization. Now, that free float part is pretty important. It just means the index only counts the shares that you and I can actually trade, not the big chunks held by insiders or governments. But the real key phrase here is market capitalization.
So that's the next logical question, right? When we say largest, we're not talking about how many people they employ or how big their buildings are. So how is it actually measured? And the answer is this really central concept called market capitalization, or as you'll often hear it, market cap. This is the financial world's main yardstick for measuring just how big a company is.
So what is it exactly? Well, put simply, market cap is the total dollar value of all of a company's shares put together. Think of it this way. If you wanted to buy every single share of a public company, the market cap is basically the price tag. And the math is simple. You just multiply the number of shares out there by the current price of a single share.
I know that can sound a little abstract, so let's make it super concrete with a quick and easy example.
Okay, let's imagine a fictional company. We'll call it Explainer Corp. Now, let's say Explainer Corp has 10 million shares available for people to buy and sell on the stock market. And today, right now, each one of those shares is worth $100.
So to get the market cap, you just multiply those two numbers together. You take the 10 million shares and you multiply it by the $100 price per share. It really is that straightforward.
And boom, you get a market capitalization of $1 billion. So when we talk about the largest companies in the KSE 100, we're really talking about the ones with the highest market cap, just like this.
Okay, so we know how to calculate it, but why do we even care? What does a $1 billion market cap actually tell an investor? Well, it turns out, a lot.
At a glance, market cap is a fantastic shortcut for investors. It helps them quickly get a feel for a company's size, its perceived value in the market, and even the potential risk that comes with investing in it.
For instance, a company with a massive market cap is usually seen as more stable, maybe a bit less risky. It's an established giant in its field. A company with a smaller market cap, on the other hand, might be seen as a bit more of a gamble, but it could also have way more room for explosive growth. They're just two very different investment stories.
And that brings us right back to where we started. The KSE 100 Index is, at its core, a list. It's a dynamic, always-changing ranking of the 100 biggest public companies in Pakistan, all measured and sorted by their market cap. It really is a snapshot of the country's corporate giants.
So, that leaves us with one final thought to chew on. The KSE 100 gives us a really clear picture of the established leaders. But if we're only focused on the biggest players, you have to wonder, what incredible stories of innovation, disruption, and future growth from the smaller up-and-coming companies are we missing? It's definitely something to think about the next time you hear that number in the news. Thanks for joining this explainer.